Hey, Rich B here with Good Enough Spanish. Today is Friday, Viernes. And what we're going to do is kind of have a fun little lesson here. Nothing too heavy, but I want to go over some Wendy's Spanish. Because I don't care how much I travel Latin America and try the local dishes. If I see a Wendy's, and yes, there are Wendy's in other U.S.-based restaurants in Latin America. When I see a Wendy's, I'm going to get me some Wendy's every now and then. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get down to it. So, when you go to Wendy's, you may be the same way. Maybe you're going to want some Wendy's. And when you get up to the counter, I don't want you to look like a damn fool trying to ask for a hamburger when it's an hamburguesa. Trying to ask for some chicken when it's pollo. So we're going to go through a couple of things so you can get acclimated. Because just because it's Wendy's, you grew up with it all your life or whatever, don't think that you're going to get there and everything going to be in English. Nah. You're going to be in for a rude awakening, and it's going to make you feel about this small. For something you didn't know probably all your life, and you can't even communicate, but you won't. There is Spanish. You're in the Spanish-speaking world then. So it's no longer Wendy's, it's Wendy's. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at this menu right now. This is a menu that I took real quick of the Wendy's restaurant when I was out and about. And I said, hey, something to go over. So you see right here, first of all, you see the burgers. Now, picture's worth 1,000 words. Even if you don't know the language, you know the pictures. You know what they are. So don't panic when you see this word right here. You know, it look a little funny, but hey, it look a little different. But if you slow down and not freak out, you see that there's just hamburgers. It's just spelled different, just pronounced different. It's hamburguesas. Hamburguesas. Okay? That's it. So just calm down. And again, you see the burgers, what else could they be? Okay. So that's hamburguesas. And if we zoom in a little bit, it says siempre carne fresca. Siempre carne fresca. So what does that mean? Siempre carne fresca, what it means is always meat fresh. That's literally what it means in Spanish. Always meat fresh. Now, of course, the way we translate that in English is always fresh meat or always fresh beef. That's it. Got to understand that the noun, person, place, or thing comes before the descriptor, the adjective in Spanish. So we'll say always fresh meat, fresh, describing the meat, but they'll say in reverse, always meat, the subject, the thing, what they talking about, then the descriptor, always meat fresh. So that's why I say there has to be a conversion before there ever is a translation. But that's another lesson. Stick with me. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. So let's go on with this Wendy's Spanish. Okay, so it says always meat fresh, always fresh meat, siempre carne fresca. So we have hamburguesas, siempre carne fresca. Okay, so if you don't know nothing else, you can ask for a hamburger. Now let's go over here a little bit to the side and we see delicioso pollo. Not polo, like a lot of gringos say, not pollo, pollo. So don't you get up to that counter asking for no polo. Don't you put me to shame. I raised you better than that, okay? So you go up to that counter, proud, tall. I don't care if you're tall, short, skinny, fat, whatever. Buff your chest out and say, I want some pollo. Not polo, pollo. Okay? Okay. Pollo is what? Well, don't freak out again. Remember, language is more than just words and letters. I look at language in a holistic approach. It's everything. It's your environment, the pictures, the sounds, the surroundings, everything, your context clues. Look at it. It's chicken. You know what chicken is. You've been around chicken all your life. Quack, quack, quack. Pollo is chicken. That's all it is. So what does that say? Delicioso. Look a little different, but it sounds kind of like delicious. And that's what it is. Delicioso pollo. Delicious chicken. That's all it is. That's all it is. Now, let's look over to the right a little bit and we see ensaladas. Ensaladas. Okay? You may not know no Spanish or think you don't know, but you know more than you think. I'm just going to help you realize that and optimize that. Slow down. Calm down again. Think about what Rich B say. Never let them see you sweat. Look at your pictures. Pictures. That's a universal language, that visual language. I don't care where you go in the world. Pictures, that visual, what the eyes can see. That's communication. And it's telling you, this picture is telling you, I'm a salad. I'm a salad. Okay? Don't you see? It even says César. César. Okay? Now, so ensaladas, and you can see salad hiding there. You can see the English word hiding in there. So what does that mean? I just told you. It means salad. Ensaladas. All right? So don't go up to no Wendy's counter asking for no salad. You ain't in the U.S. You go up there proud and tall and you say, ensalada. Quiero una ensalada. That's what you say. And César. César. Caesar. I mean, come on. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Then they have some Baja Chile. Okay. Now we have complementos. Think about it. What do you think complementos means? Just think about it. What does complementos sound like? Sound like compliments. So in a food context, compliments sound like something a little extra, a little something on the side, right? Something that you don't need. Well, tell you the truth, we don't need none of this. That's just fast food. We don't need it, but we got to have it. At least sometimes. At least if you're human. I think I'm human. Like I am, okay? So, complementos. Look at those fries. Okay? So, complementos. Sides. That's just one way that say complementos. And I'm not going to confuse you with any other ways, but there are many different words in Spanish, what you call synonyms, that means the same things. And there's others words you'll hear for sides too, but we're going to stick to this Wendy's menu, okay? So complementos means sides. So you can get papas fritas, which means fries, papas fritas, queso, nachos. You see nachos in there. Nachos con chile. And chili is, I love the Wendy's chili now. But it's not chili. Don't you get up to that counter asking for no chili. You say chile. Quiero chile. That's how you do that. That's how you do it. Let that accent shine. Let that accent come out. Your mouth. Now, let's zoom out a little bit. Slide it over a little bit. Hey, I'm pressed for time. I know it's Friday. I gotta go. You gotta go. But we getting in a little some Spanish. Okay, I ain't gonna let you get off today. We getting a little Spanish in here and good enough Spanish. So hang with me, Rich B, and I'll get you where you need to be. Press that subscribe button and this like button if you're getting value. All right, so look, gotta have some dessert or something, right? So dessert in Spanish is postres. Postres, dessert. And you see under that, you see what it means? Even if you never knew what postres mean, if you just calm down And again, look at your context clues. The context, you see ice cream there. What else could it mean? You know it don't mean pollo. It can't be chicken. You know it don't mean ensalada. It can't be a salad. The picture shows you that it's ice cream, okay? It says frosty. Frosty. Now, I don't care if they pronounce it with a little Spanish twang on it, whatever. You know a frosty. You've been in the U.S. all your life, especially. You know what a frosty is. So they might say frosty, but you know it's frosty. But make sure you pronounce it with that Spanish, put that Spanish stank on it, so you fit in with the language and the culture. All right, so it's a frosty, bati frosty, okay, mixed frosty, okay. And then under that, you have the different kinds you want. I don't know if you can see that, but it says fresca Oreo, caramelo, maracuyá, cocoa, and vanilla. Okay, so fresh Oreo, or Oreo cookies, caramelo, caramel, okay? Maracuyá, that's a fruit popular in Latin America, not so much in the U.S. that I know of, but maracuyá. If you never tried maracuyá fruit, it is delicioso. And you have chocolate. What else? That's what you call a perfect cognate. A word that shares the same root and meaning in Spanish and English. It's chocolate in Spanish, chocolate in English, just pronounced differently. Chocolate. Chocolate. If you go over that ABC alphabet, the sounds of the language alphabet video, and a song that I made for you, then you will know how to pronounce these words and letters much better. Okay? So make sure you go over that alphabet video. It's not elementary, it's fundamental, because like Rich B say, the alphabet is like the notes to make music with the language. That's what it is. So, if you want a little dessert, there you go. We didn't go deep into that. But you have cono, which is cone, sundae, which is a sundae, and then we have pie de manzana. What do you think that is? Look at the picture. What do you think that is? You know it. You done seen it all your life. That's right. If you've been in the U.S., you've seen that. Yeah. That's an apple pie. See there? If you didn't even know a word of Spanish, all you need to do, pie de manzana. What is that? Look at the picture. Apple pie. Apple pie, baby. Apple pie. That's universal. Right. So that's just a little Wendy Spanish, little fast food Spanish. Because it's like I said, I don't care how many exotic local restaurants you're going to try. Look, some things we just creatures of habit. And this is a way to get that familiar taste, the familiar taste of the home of the U.S., where you're from. You can go all over this world, but you are from where you're from. Okay? I'm from the U.S. It's going to be inside of me forever. It don't matter where I travel at in the world. That's what I am. Okay? Yes, I can adjust and appreciate other cultures and things like that. But make no mistake, I'm a black man from the U.S. Now we have familiar. Familiar. What do you think that means, familiar? It looked familiar. Okay? But in this context, think about it. Everything is bigger. Everything is double, more fries. Familiar. Familiar means for family. That's the family deal they have right there today for 21.99. That's $21.99. Okay? Now, you might not know your numbers yet. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You learn that as you go. But you know what $21.99 is. Okay? $21.99. You should always check the conversion rate to know how it compares with the USD. You can always Google the conversion rate before you travel and everything, so you can know how the conversion rate matches up with the USD. All right? So this is just, I'm in a rush. So this is just a little familiar video just so you won't look like a fool trying to order at Wendy's. Okay? I don't have time to go in deep with this. It ain't that serious, just some fast food. I don't want you to starve out there in Latin America and Panama where I got this menu from. I don't want you to starve. So that's it for today. Hit that like button if you got value, and remember to subscribe because, hey, it's going down here at Good Enough Spanish, and I'm going to get you where you need to be in a way that you can process and understand because, hey, I've been there where I didn't know no Spanish, and now I know Spanish, so I'm helping you with my experience so that it can be easier and faster for you to learn Spanish. Okay? Deal? Deal. So, hang in there, and I'll see you in the next one.